What is the scariest possible thing you can think of? Like, what is it? What is the number one thing that you think is the scariest thing on the planet? You might have said ghosts, demons, guns, fear of drowning, maybe even death. But you want to know what the real scariest thing is? Movies. What's going on, everybody? My name is John, and today I want to talk about I wouldn't say the worst movie I've ever seen. I don't think it was that bad, ideally, but I thought that, the only reason you watch this movie is for the name of the movie, and this is gonna contain spoilers, but I'm talking about Kong Skull Island. Now, I'm not talking about the Kong with Jack Black. I was also heartbroken that whenever I watched this movie, there was no Jack Black. I'm not talking about OG Kong. The new adaptation that was made in 2017. This movie's been out for a while, so I don't want anybody being like, John, why are you talking about this? This is so irrelevant. Boo! Shut up. No one cares. I care. And you should too. Last night I was hanging out with one of my best friends. Actually, my best friend. I was hanging out with him and his lady friend, and we were watching Kong Skull Island. Now, I have this huge flaw, personality flaw. It's a sin, honestly. I talk during movies. I know. Couple hand smacks. I apologize. I'll be better. However, this time I couldn't talk during the movie. They were enjoying the movie, so I didn't want to yip during it. But as the movie was going on, I was noticing some very, very big problems. My best friend was too. Don't get it twisted. He was acknowledging it too. First off, I don't know what it is, but movies only cast Marvel cast members. Like, they all have names. These actors and actresses have names, but whenever I see them, I'm like, okay, that's Loki, Captain Marvel, and then Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, hold on. He's in other stuff too, okay? So don't be like, grr. Samuel L. Jackson, I think he and Kong carried this movie. I'm gonna be kind of honest, and there's a couple scenes I want to talk about before I sell you on that. So at first, you basically, if you haven't seen this movie, I'll explain it to you. You have this scientist team that are like, yo, we have to explore this island. It's really crazy. We might not know what's going down there. We see a crashed ship that crashed there about 28 years ago. We should check it out. We should see what's going on. There's radiation, whatever. And then the government guy's like, there's no reason for you to do it. Then one of the scientist guys pulls up his glasses and says, hey, Russia's about to get the same information. We either explore it or they explore it, just in case if there is anything. God tier lie. And old boy was like, you know what, that makes sense. That it was the dad from Step Brothers. I don't know, see, I only know people from the movies they're in, but anyway, just follow with me. So then you go through this montage of getting all these new people on the team. You get the lady, you get Captain Marvel, who I think is just like a photographer, I don't remember. And then you get Loki, who's like a super badass. He's the muscle. You know, he's the eye candy of this movie. He's jacked. It's honestly the writing, to be honest. It's like how they have the scenes written and directed that I think are the craziest parts. But other than that, everyone's having fun. It's an action movie. It's not supposed to win any Emmys. But all I could think about was just like The Boys in my head. And I'll explain that, I promise. If not, yell at me. I'll make another video and I'll explain it in depth. Anyway, so they're going through, they're doing this casting, they're collecting their crew, getting everybody. Obviously, whenever they get there, whole thing goes awry. Bunch of people die, bunch of deaths. I said spoilers. It's made in 2017, so if it's my fault this is getting spoiled to you, it's not really my fault. It's your fault. Lock in. So what happened was, the captain, who's Samuel L. Jackson, the sergeant, the major, the head honcho, he is like, man, all my crew just died for this stupid show, because all they were supposed to do was show up, look around, leave. Not what happened. Kong kills out of I think there were 10 planes, 10 ships. He destroys 6 of them. All with 5 people in it. So he killed 30 people. And at first I was like, man, that sucks, bro. That's tough. But then you see Kong, he's just chill. He's a chill dude the rest of the movie. But he just killed Samuel L. Jackson's 30 members, right? They have a scene where they make direct eye contact. They just stare at each other. And don't get it twisted, that's such a Samuel L. Jackson thing to do. At first, I was a little worried that they were gonna paint him as a little bit of a butt face, but now it's like, it seemed like he actually had he did pretty good shit. I think he has a really cool scene, but kind of stinky what happens to him. But honestly, this is all a rundown that I don't know why I'm getting into. I'm honestly telling you all of the story of this movie, and I don't think I need to do any of that. Anyway, so I'm gonna cut through some scenes. You get the premise. Samuel L. Jackson does some badass shit, gets murked, and then you see that it's basically a generic Jurassic World movie. In fact, I'm pretty sure they use the same shirt Chris Pratt wears. I almost promise you. It's a little interesting, but we keep it thuggin'. There's a scene that in this movie that I really want. There's a couple of them. There's one, I'm gonna call it the stupidest sacrifice on the planet. So they're all walking. These scenes aren't in order. They're all walking into this barren wasteland, basically, because it's where Kong's family died, because the big one, and literally what they call it, the big one, kills all of Kong's family. Kong's the strongest in his bloodline. Cool. Everyone's walking after they get out of that area. They are all walking, and this guy just drops his gun. Just drops it. Well, I guess not walking, they're running away from the big one. But he just drops his gun. And everyone turns around and goes, "What? What are you doing?" And he has a grenade like band on him. He pulls out 2 of the nades and he goes, "Just keep going. Just keep going." He said, "Enjoy your lives." And then he just runs over to the guy, expecting the monster to eat him. And the dude just flicks him, knocks him on the wall, and then you see the explosion. So bro literally sacrificed himself for no reason. And he had no reason to do it in the first place. They just wanted to give him a heroic sacrifice, but they were like, let's make it tacky. It was so stupid. It was so dumb. Why didn't he just shoot it? He had a gun. Or throw the grenades at him. There were so many other things he could have done. Maybe a badass final stand fight. No, he didn't have any of that. Bro just literally said, "Live your lives." It starts running at him, and then it just dies. Literally gets knocked away and dies. And then the other scene that had me just I was literally so confused why this scene existed. When they're going through that barren wasteland, like Kong's family remains and stuff, all the shots are them of just standing, like literally the main dude, Loki, is on the ground with a gun when they're walking through this field. Like, and they're checking dirt. He's like grabbing dirt and looking at it on his fingers. Captain Marvel's standing under just bones. They're just standing there just like, there's only like 5 scenes of them walking, but they move different spots. It's like during this movie, everyone was shooting different scenes, and then they just put them all together. They probably shot these scenes in completely different order. There's literally, this one might be wrong. Everything else I've said so far is right, but this one might be wrong. There's a scene where they're talking on the top, they're walking with guns in their hand, and then there's a scene that just pops up and there's no guns in their hands. Like literally the next scene, they don't have any rifles in their hands. They're just standing there. And then right next after that, they're like walking again. And I'm like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, Kong is the best part of this movie because, like, obviously it's King Kong, Godzilla. Those are the best parts of those movies, except for Godzilla with Bryan Cranston. I think I said that name wrong, right? If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Sometimes the acting that they do, super great. I mean, it's amazing. I just think it's so hilarious how it's always Marvel casting. It's just the Marvel characters. Like, it's mind-boggling. Not really mind-boggling, but just interesting. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, talk some trash on it. I know someone's gonna be like, Kong is the best piece of our generation. Maybe. You know what? Maybe to you, and that's fantastic. Have a blessed rest of your day, guys. Don't forget to check out the music, support the music, check out the Discord, my Instagram, and the Twitch. Well, all links in the description below. I gotta go to the gym. And I hope you guys are liking the commentary content. If there's anything you want to hear me talk about or just yap about, I mean, that's all we do here. We just yap. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, have a blessed rest of your day, y'all. Peace out.